such. There are a number of different areas. I think where the danger is someone saying, my God is the righteous way, and we're going to determine what's appropriate and what isn't. As a feminist, as I live in the real world today, not during the Old Testament, with women and men, not by a book written by men for a God, is that we look at what's happening to women in the country, the attitude toward women, the subjugation of women, rape, objectification, and pornography, a good lot of it, certainly not all of it, mind you, exists to subjugate, that you can't actually have the material without the subjugation. Also, violence against women is in a good portion of that, quite at epidemic proportions as well. And unfortunately, our culture uses the entertainment mediums when it's not done in a positive way, like in safe-sex gay adult films or gay pornography, that we are looking at a direct negative effect on the way women are viewed, on how women think women are to be used or abused. And unfortunately, and I got to tell you, and be honest with you, I've seen my share, and I'm one who's willing to admit that I do have a tape or two in my home. But there is a difference between what we see in our judgment as feminists, working and living and dealing with rape survivors and dealing with what women face daily, that it is a contributor, that some of the material is a contributor to men's fantasies about abusing women, men's fantasies about the position of women in society, and the nature of it subjugates women completely. And we have to use our common sense as individuals, not as God-fearing, not what the church would want to see, based on a male, puritanical point of view, but based on human beings and common sense, and use that as a guide.
Okay, I've got to stop you. These segments are too short. When we return, we'll be joined by two people who think it's time for citizens to stand up for their rights while they still have them. Stay with us. We're back with our discussion of pornography. Joining us now is the publisher of one of the country's popular adult magazines for men. Each month, Gallery treats 1.5 million readers to sensual, feminine photographs and articles for the contemporary man. Meet Russell Orenstein. My next guest is the former publisher of High Society magazine and a former adult film star. She's currently administrative director of the Adult Video Association, Gloria Leonard. Thank you both for being here. Just so people know, in case they don't, both Gallery and High Society would be what you would call soft porn.
Yes.
Is that fair enough? Mm-hmm. It's mostly like Playboy or...
And there's a wide gamut that the men's magazines run. And
you've heard Tammy talk about the fact that this degrades women, in a way. Do you? I assume that you don't agree.
When I met Miss Bruce backstage, I went over to her and introduced myself, and I said, hi, I said, I'm Gloria Leonard, and I said, while we may have a different perspective of this particular issue, we still have lots of other common ground as women, and I am a card-carrying member of N.O.W. myself. So
the organization itself is actually split in the sense of, again, definition and the impact on images. And as our society becomes more reliant on images, I think we have to be real sensitive to the impact of what's geared for men as violence against women continually increases.
I think we need to also be sure to look at, of course, the entire Hollywood entertainment industry, the non-explicit movies, the TV ads, the billboards, and the whole media assault that we have. That's always used to upset me so much about certain feminists. They would focus only on the explicit and not the...
Or the absolute most horrible, degrading kind of material, which may represent 1/10 of 1/100th of 1% of what's available.
Let's start at Gallery and High Society and sort of work our way as far as we get. Should we be talking about good porn and or adult entertainment and bad adult spanking entertainment?
It's subjective. They're subjective.
The difference between erotica, which I think we can define as explicit sex